Coming up on Mountain News this morning, tariffs are towering over the nation today as organizations prepare for a higher cost of business. Plus, one county is struggling to keep running water for its residents, as some folks say it has been on and off since December.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and happy Monday, Mountain family. My name is Amelia Lee, here with you on February 3rd at 6 o'clock on the dot. It's time to check in now with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. And I know, Megan, we have been talking about this rain that could now be in the forecast for the days to come. So for our Monday, should we head on out with an umbrella, or are we okay with just a jacket and some sensible shoes?
Well, for today, for the most part, we're going to be clear. We do have a slight chance of rain as you're heading into the overnight hours. But for today, we're looking at those mostly sunny skies from the time you wake up pretty much until the time you go to bed. Unless you're like me or Amelia and you're up at 2 a.m., you're not really going to have to worry too much about those rain chances. But let's take a look as we're going out the door of what temperatures you can expect. We're looking in the 30s as you're traveling more towards the center portions of our region. But take a look as you're traveling to Moorhead, 52 degrees. We'll continue to see those temperatures increase as we're heading into the afternoon. And take a look at that. I don't believe my eyes. I don't think I've ever seen 70 degrees in February, but there we are, 71 as we're heading towards Jackson, Prestonsburg, Somerset, Monticello, Manchester. And some of those cities seeing 69 degrees as the high could very easily hit 70 degrees as we have mostly sunny weather this afternoon. Here's that satellite and radar, though, nice and clear, watching those clouds move through. But as we head into the afternoon, we'll see them completely dissipate, looking again at those sunny skies this afternoon. Here's the next 12 hours, and we'll hit those high temperatures around 3 o'clock. Amelia?
All right, thank you, Megan. The price of many items, from food to gas, could be going up. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to implement tariffs on some of America's biggest trade partners. As of Tuesday, items coming from Mexico and Canada will be taxed 25%, and items from China will be taxed 10%. Jason Bailey with Kentucky Policy says the Commonwealth imports things like car parts, vegetables, and other consumer goods. And with increased tariffs on these items, companies and consumers would have to pay more in the short term.
It can affect the competitiveness of those companies and obviously the pocketbooks of the families that may have to pay more next time they go to the grocery store or make a purchase.
Bailey says if the other countries push back and place tariffs on the U.S., it could impact Kentucky-made goods sold to other countries, including bourbon. People in Rowan County say they've been experiencing issues with their water since Christmas. They say some days there is decent water and pressures and quality. Other days they're left without any water. When they do have water, they say it's dirty and they're afraid to use it. As Alyssa Williams explains, the ongoing issues are also hurting local businesses.
When inclement weather comes their way, the folks on Oak Grove Road in Rowan County always expect to lose water or power since it's a more rural area. But Heather Breeze says water issues have been plaguing them for more than a month now.
We start out in the morning. Sometimes we're able to get up, get showers, throw in a load of clothes, and then by the afternoon we have nothing.
Breeze says it's been unpredictable. Some days it's fine, or the water pressure is weak and the water is dirty, or they have none at all. And this is not only impacting her family, but it's impacting her business, which is right next door to her house. She's even had the water go out while having a client there.
I got her color on and we had water. And by the time she finished processing, I had no water. So we had to use bottles of water, which was not easy. It's not easy to get color out with a bottle of water.
Breeze says she's taking a financial hit because of this.
I've lost several hundreds of dollars because I have to cancel my colors. That's the moneymaker, you know.
Rowan Water serves this area. When asked about this issue, representatives declined to be on camera, but tell me this all stems from water meter bottoms busting because of the cold weather. They add that water tanks will fill up at night, but the supply is being used up before the tanks can fill up again.
If they would just tell us what they think's up, I mean, I would rather them just be honest and say, hey, we're really having an issue and we don't know how long this is going to go on. I mean, you can better prepare for that.
Those with Rowan Water say the tanks are filling up faster now, and they're working to get this all resolved as quickly as they can. In Rowan County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Rowan County Judge Executive Harry Clark says anyone without water can reach out to his office for help. During the weekend, officials say a woman stabbed a man in Laurel County. Laurel County Sheriff's Office says they were called around 2 o'clock Sunday night on Slate Lake Road. After arriving at the scene, officials found a man lying in the front lawn of a home suffering from a stab wound. Officials arrested Christine Hoke and charged her with first-degree assault. The victim was flown to the UK hospital. A Jackson County woman is being remembered for her nearly 40 years of service to her community. Now, Joyce Marks' family is asking for help in carrying on her legacy. Marks was one of the first volunteers with the Christian Appalachian Project and served as volunteer director of the Jackson County Food Bank since it began in 1986, up until her passing in January. Judge Executive Shane Gabbard says Joyce's permanent smile and kind heart both filled a void in the county.
I think that every community, no matter the size of the population, no matter what they have or don't have, everybody needs a Joyce Marks.
Now, Joyce's family works to keep the food bank open to carry on their matriarch's legacy.
As you're heading out the door, there is one thing for you to note. We still have a flood advisory in 2 locations. Let's take a look at the latest hazard. Now, it's those little 2 squares highlighted in that greenish color. Now, what you're expecting are those low-lying areas that were prone to flooding, like Red Lick Road, Millers Creek Road, Dark Hollow Road, and Nolan Creek Road. Now, the latest update will be put out at 11 a.m. So if you want the latest updates on this, go to wynt.com/weather or the alerts tab on our website. Here are those current temperatures as you're heading out the door. And as you can tell, it's not off to a bad start. This morning, temperatures are in the 40s for the most part, seeing 30s as you're heading towards Manchester, 33 and 32 in Jonesville. But as we head into the afternoon, temperatures will continue to warm up. We're looking really warm. Might have to break out the shorts because 70 degrees is in the forecast. 71 even as you're traveling towards Manchester, Jackson, Prestonsburg, and 64 is one of the coolest areas, Jonesville, 59 as you're heading towards Wise. All in all, not too bad. Amelia?
Well, thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. We have more news on the way. Starting with America sits on the verge of an emerging trade war as we begin to impose new tariffs on neighboring nations and China.